My pick for the dark horse of this Tactician's crown is going to be Guan. He might not be as well known in the West, and he hasn't really done that much outside of this TOC, but he dominated when it really mattered. 2.5 AVP across the entire tournament, and he didn't play a single reroll game during that stretch as well. So you know there's no luck involved, it's all skill.
Kevin Parker, second in Vegas, a true idol. And now with his own team, he has a real chance of winning, so keep an eye on him. Tarteman, he took a bit lighter last set in terms of competition, but he's coming back even stronger from the last championships that was in the set 11, and he's ready to take it down.
Is Noel, Hungarian player, did really well at Vegas, and I think it's time for him to rise back up to the occasion. And he has a wife bust.
Of course is Noel, because after seeing him make the final lobby of the TFT Vegas Open, I think his time is coming.
Going to be chaos. He's competed at a previous set championship and narrowly missed out on a top half finish. This time, I think he's coming back and he's going to bring even more
what's up,
than
guys? Good
ever,
morning.
make his way into a top 8.
Dark horse, I have
I'm
to go
feeling
with
a little
Precedent.
under the
It's
weather,
the first time that he's made it all the way to the
but
Tactician's crown, despite
we're
being
live.
so close so many times. People used to meme that Precedent was always the next set's world champion, but they've stopped memeing about it. Once they've all lost hope, finally it's his time to shine.
Since that one time I accidentally saw you in the night, that's where I'm trying not to be rude. Please believe me, I'm not so happy. Wish I could just get you off my mind. But you just pop back into my head every time. Say what you doing, what you doing, what you doing, what you doing to me. Everybody knows that I can hide it, can't deny it. It's so obvious, yeah, it's plain to see. But you seem like you don't know what's going on. Just in case, apologize if I'm coming on too strong. Yeah, what you doing to me? What you doing to me? My heart beats faster every time I see you. The way you move, the way you talk, and the way you eat your food. How is it possible that you're so attached? At this point, I do everything for you. Wish I could just
I'm a little tired. I'm also tired. Wait, what? What's up, bro? How are you doing? I'm a little under the weather today, but we're here for TFT Worlds Day 2. As you can see on the screen, there's 7 rounds today instead of 6, which means even more TFT action. You said these exact words to me. I just did not say those things. I did not say those things. Yeah, tissue. Haven't played TFT, but bought a new PC. Cool. Wait, did you get a pre-built or did you build your own?
As the final chapter unfolds, the anomaly will challenge those prepared to fight, tested, proven, and destined for greatness. This is where stories end and new legends begin.
Used. Fair enough. PCs are expensive nowadays, so I don't even blame you. Bro, I'm not rich either. Trust me.
Over 3 days of intense battles, tacticians will evolve beyond the corruption, facing trials that test their wit, will.
No, I agree. I used the same thing, same parts. As long as it's not like about to break, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, exactly. As long as it's not like on its last legs.
Warwick can come in for those executions.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
The final ascension brings the best together, where everything is possible. Greed will forge those who join the fight, and only one can rise victorious. Witness their final act.
One night fling with Becky. You were telling me about that yesterday. This is just not true. This is just
Hello,
slander.
everyone, and welcome back to our festivities for Into the Arcane, the Tactician's Crown. We are here at the end of another great teamfight tactics set to see which tactician is truly the best of them all. My name is Nekra, and I'm so excited
This is
to be
not
here
true.
as your host this weekend, alongside, again, my
I would
family
never
of
lie on the
friends.
internet.
We've got Casanova Gangley and Hupesan here, and I gotta ask you first off, who are you today for the council?
Okay, I'm the son
Who are you
of
today for
Brenny.
the council?
So that's my favorite character in Arcane, and I want to believe there's a universe where the son actually gets to the council and represents obviously his son.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it.
Yeah, and I'm just a normal council member, nothing interesting. I'm definitely not like a member of the Black Rose that's here to steal away first for the Americas.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Don't tell any of them, but like, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
I'm somebody's nephew. I don't know how I got here exactly, but you know, I'm here now.
Not the
Well,
bite
if I'm
count.
head of the council, does that make you my nephew?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
All right,
Checks
we,
out.
we got there at the end of it. But you know what? Yesterday was such intense competition. We're here on day 2, which means that we had 6 games of action yesterday to be able to get us to this point. So in case you missed it, let's check out this video to get you caught up to speed.
W recap video.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tactician's Crown for Into the Arcane.
It's the best of.
Oh,
Did you watch day 1 at all?
Title double eliminates
Domo.
and finds a win for the first game of the set 13 Tactician's Crown. Victor for everyone. Nobody gets to ramp.
Elite second cast.
Front
Does
line
come
is
through.
dead.
It's really big. Stops the Twitch again.
It's just the damage
It's
dealer.
a close finale, but it's a win for Kevin. Elimination, a clap, and a sigh of relief
Look at him.
from the
Day
Elite
1 there
player
was some
who
really
has
good
come
stuff.
back from his 7th place
Really
in
well
game
played
1.
TFT.
The mental is there. I'm feeling confident in EMEA.
But
Yeah.
double
Yeah.
scrap 4 cost from subscription service for Maris. Wow, that is insane. And it seems the Corki is still just cranking on
Hey, who's
through.
down?
It does take out the backline, but oh my god!
Boosting my friends in Val. I need boosting, man.
Yeah, and the calculated enhancement with Rebel, that's like already 100 XIP with there we go! There goes.
Why do I hear my Discord pings?
And the
Or is that just the
calculation
stream?
goes to dramatic entrance. No, dramatic entrance goes first. Oh no, it was so close to go otherwise.
I can't tell.
But Ezreal dies in one hit.
Sorry, I had to
Corki lives.
pause the stream because I was like, where am I hearing that from?
So he cussed it. Oh, he got it. Oh my god. Ezreal got it. See it. Jenny able to pick up the win, but it was so close. So
Everyone got an artifact from...
Oh, there's Warwick too. There's Warwick.
blood content.
Oh yeah,
the
Warwick
artifact?
too.
Talisman?
Meet
Meet
maybe?
Giga
No
Beast.
way.
No way.
Swing
Oh,
TF
hold up.
Enough here, or can the
Powder?
powder? Does the monkey
Monkey
make it in
go
time?
home.
No. For, yeah. One
Nice,
more
too much.
second.
Bro,
Too
just
much
can't be
damage.
taken
Raw
out.
damage from bomb hit.
What rank were you
Red
playing with?
Triangular falls down 2nd place. We're saying he needed first.
And of course, make sure you check out all of our alternative lobbies that will be covering all of that action. But that's going to do it for us here at the Into the Arcane Tactician's Crown for day number 1. Thank you all so much.
Should I
for
turn up
tuning
stream,
in,
by the way?
and
I think
we'll
it's
see you all
quiet.
tomorrow.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Let me know if I'm louder or quieter again.
Well, if you guys are here, then you listen to me, and that's awesome. You're here watching day number 2 of the Tactician's Crown. And yesterday, I gotta say, I think one of my favorite moments was when we had Panda and Gangley
Yes.
back to back.
Oh, send it to
Yes,
send it
but
to.
I
Okay,
feel
yeah. So they didn't get carried at all.
The power! It's your turn now, Cass. You get to go.
I get to predict
yeah,
one?
You get to go first.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
tough
bro,
'cause
I'm
all
like
I
a gold
want are more
player.
investigators,
If that.
so I just want to curse the players with
So
that.
it is.
I'm still waiting for the bander. I wanted the
Oh,
full
yeah.
golden. I wanted the gloves up. Didn't perform well yesterday. I think there's time.
Okay, so it's Mbetsa or it's Vander to start off today. In a couple of moments, we're going to find out. But now that we're in day number 2 of our competition, we had started with 40 players, and now we have come down
Now that's
to
fair.
just 32 after cutting our bottom 8 from the competition yesterday. And it doesn't get any easier from here.
Nah, bro,
because
nothing
while
wrong
we
with
start
smurfing.
with 32 players today. After 2 games, we're going to cut another 8 players. After 2 more games, we cut another 8. And then at the end of
Yeah,
3
today's gonna
more
be rough.
games to cap out
So-
the day, we finish out with 8 players moving on to the final day tomorrow. And it's just a lot to play for.
I mean, I think the.
I mean, as Rose just said, we're losing 24 players today.
In TFT,
8, and we cut down to last 8.
Just go 8th. If you're at the bottom, it's really scary because you realize I gotta go first, I gotta go second. I'm gonna give some advice. Free
Some
advice.
gold lobbies
All
are
players
immo
at the
lobbies.
bottom,
Yeah,
I'm sure you want it from
because
me.
like the thing
You
with
gotta
immo
just
lobbies
play what the
is
game's
that
giving you.
all these
Sometimes
people
you're
have like
gonna
a
get
solid
low
game
roll
plan,
game. You can't try
or
and
they
turn it
will
into a
go
first.
for
If you try and turn it into a first,
like a
you're gonna
quote
go
unquote
8th.
like a real
Wait for
play,
the
right? Like they'll
placements, wait for the high roll. I
swing
wanna
at a
see
certain
patience
time,
at
or
they'll
they'll play a
these
certain
bottom
way.
because, yeah, you don't have a lot of time,
And
but
they're
you
very
cannot
real strategies that you
afford
can play around.
to
Gold
grief
lobbies,
the
a
high
lot
roll
of the time,
position that you
3
get.
different people are
Definitely
doing one
cannot
thing,
afford
and
to
then the
go
other 2
8th in
people are
game
just
one.
lurking.
The cut is ruthless, but they have to remember how
And you have to play on
close
edge the
all of
entire
standings are. We have a
time.
ton of
Exactly,
players
you
kind
get
of
killed in
at
the crazy
that
sweats.
28, 26 range, so they can definitely make that comeback throughout the day.
Yeah, they will need to play something more aggressive. We already saw Ken Baron doing great, especially the Smith version, but obviously we want to go for 500 cash, and we want to hope for something else to really risk the biscuit and maybe try to accomplish something that makes sense, especially for the ones who are low in points.
Well, let's give the viewers the visual aid to that as we take a look at our standings after we concluded our first 6 games yesterday. Our players are going to keep these point totals as they continue their
I mean, you
journey
asked at
through
the perfect
today's
time. The leaderboard's right here, so it's a
portion of the
point system.
competition. And so, as you guys were
The
saying,
more
towards
points
the
you have, the
bottom
better.
here,
If you get a
it's gonna
first, you get
be
8
tough
points. If
when
you get
we
a
actually take a look
if you
at
get 8th, you
how
get 1
move
point,
up from
and then
here. Those
so
8
and so in
players
between.
were eliminated, but Thank Memes right now is sitting at
and you
the
can see the
bottom
scores. A
very
lot of the
second
players here.
with 23 points.
Yeah, even the gap is not very far.
So the way the format's going to work today is there's going to be 7 games. And after every 2 games, there's going to be 8 eliminations.
Yeah, there might be spots where you do have to turn on the Jets and play first or 8th because it doesn't matter anymore unless you can get that first. But that doesn't start with our first game of the day. Yeah. There's plenty of room for the players, even at the very bottom of the standings, to just play for placements. A 5th or 4th
I do need
might
a
just be
co-host.
plenty to kind of get you above that threshold to survive one.
No one's
more
awake
round.
here in the Americas.
After 2 games. Keep in mind, this is not a
I talk too little.
population cover. This is
I'm
just
supposed to
the
be
bottom
watching. It's
8 are going
a
to be
watch
removed.
party.
If you can go something like 4-4, 4-5 even, and you're at the bottom, that might be enough to get you through the next round. And again, it's about patience. Wait for the high roll to come to you, and then.
It's not
kick
too
it into
early in
high
the
gear.
Americas,
Well,
but
to
it's
both of your
7:50
points as
a.m.
well, if there are other players in the standings,
But it's a
who are
Saturday.
top
People like
that
to
do
sleep
get
in.
8th place or 7th place or something like that, then all of a sudden the door does get blown wide open for some shakeups to actually happen across those first 2 games. But we do have an interview with one of our casters from the alternative lobbies here to shed some
I mean, that's
insight
true,
on what has
but
happened.
I can't talk
across
the
way.
entire time.
Barry Baden, welcome to the broadcast.
That's
How
the
you
thing with
feeling for
streaming
the
compared to
weekend?
YouTube.
I'm
Is
feeling
like
really good to be here. I'm so excited.
YouTube,
to
I can yap
get into
straight
this
because it's like a
second day,
recorded
see
thing
exactly
that I
what
can
plays
edit
we've got
later.
lined up for us. And I mean, so far we've had
When I'm
a
streaming
pretty
though,
wide meta. We've
it's
had
just
pretty
like I
much
have to sit
everything on
here.
show, and we're gonna have even more coming into
Like
today.
I'm not
I was
yapping
gonna
for
ask
6
you,
hours
Barry,
straight.
Thank you to you and to
That's
ZZ
just not
for
possible.
both putting together statistics that we use throughout
I also
the
just don't feel
tournaments
well,
that we have here for competitive
to be
TFT. Was there anything that you saw yesterday parsing through the data that you thought was surprising?
I might only stream like 5 of the
While
rounds.
we were doing the stats, we were getting ambushed.
I just feel
as
awful.
the players were in the games.
I just woke up
Every
not
single
feeling
time
well.
we saw it come through, it was absolutely tearing through these.
I think it might
lobbies.
be a
It's the win condition.
like a
If you need
winter
a first place,
cold.
ambushes is the way to go. We saw a lot of academy doing well, but
I'm
other than that,
locked
those
in
were
as
the
can
two
be,
that
bro.
really
I have
stood
my
out.
water.
Everything else has its place.
I have
in certain
breakfast.
spots is viable, but it's got to be those ambushes, guys, that we just saw.
I appreciate that
time
though.
and again. If
Take
it
a
wasn't getting
shot.
first place, getting second at least in pretty much
I think
every
I'll
lobby.
pass on that.
So
Maybe a
it's
shot of
position
water.
that we can expect to see a lot more of heading into our competition today. But Barry, as a caster as well in our alternative lobbies, was there anything that you saw that was also a highlight that you might want to share with us?
I mean, in our last game we had on our alternate lobby, Nandede was looking pretty much like finally having that bottom 4 after just a ridiculous
I feel
start
like
to the
I've heard
day.
Path
We
to
thought there was
Exile.
no way he was going to turn it around. He had 1 life and was angling this Kembar and Ambusher line again. And we thought, okay, he's got the cash out, but it wasn't the strongest cash. He was stuck 7, no gold to work with. And somehow still made the miracle run just time and again, climbed up the standings and ended up winning out in that game. And myself and Losha, we thought, okay, this is the one time he might go 6th. Not at all. Just proved again that he is the player to watch.
Well, Barry, thank you so much for joining us, and please enjoy the action today. Hope we get a chance to check in with you later.
Take care.
Make sure that you check out all of our alternative lobbies that are cast by amazing people like Barry throughout the day, as we can only cover that one game on the main stage so far. But I think it's also important that we take some time to celebrate not only just how Nandede has been doing, but also the rest of the players that have had their first Tactician's Crown appearance at Into the Arcane, because Nandede is definitely taking things by storm, but he's not the only one.
Yeah, 100%. Just to close him, JOC breakthrough, totally amazing the way he outperforms everyone, and he had been struggling to get here. So actually the first time he's here, making an appearance, and normally people don't talk good about JOC because it's actually the mobile version of TFT, and he made it work, playing 4 games of Mitch, 4 games of Ken Baron, doing amazing, and now he's the one to beat.
Yeah, I think it's important to note too the kind of the impact of posturing for ambushers so early when it finds success. And now everyone knows they're in a lobby.
I'm talking about ambushers is interesting because I think ambushers are like an interesting place right now. I think like
this is a player who
they're okay. They could be better. They could be worse. You have to like, you just kind of have to hit like Smeech.
They didn't have the greatest performances in the Tacticians Cup. Found themselves a final day performance in the second one, but Golden Spatula comes around.
I wonder if we'll see a Camille reroll.
Turns it around, goes 6, has his miracle run, Cinderella
I don't think
story.
so, but
he's been a rising stock in Thailand, our second ever Thailand representative here on the global stage. One of the fastest rising stocks in SEA as a whole over set 13, and now found themselves making it to day 2. I think they have a great opportunity here to make a statement just by making a deep run alone.
And I think someone else you have to add to this list is Experian. From the EMEA region, I know a lot of people are high on EMEA stocks. And I think Experian is also showcasing why. Experian comes in as a longtime TFT player, but hasn't had the opportunity to actually make it to a Tactician's Crown until this set. And I think something that has been so inspiring to watch from Experian is also just his growth as a player across the entirety of these sets. Maybe he started out as maybe an emotional, kind of like a tiltable player, but has proven to be resilient, especially throughout yesterday's competition. And now, after a 12th place at Vegas, finds himself at a Tactician's Crown and hopefully gets to continue further today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got to talk about our last player here, P-God or Prestivan. I'm so proud of him. He's finally made it to the international stage here. In the past, we always said in set 7, we're like, he's the set 8 world champion. In set 8, he's the set 9 world champion. People stopped making the bit. You know, when they gave up hope is when he shined the brightest. And he's here having a phenomenal start, playing a lot around the sorcerers, a lot around the AP lines. Historically, he's had a lot of success when those lines are good. And I'm just excited to see him finally here and having a great performance.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see all these players. A lot of these guys are really, really good, and they all deserve the spotlight.
But make sure that you check out the Pick'ems powered by AWS, which will open back up at the end of today's competition. You'll be able to get your Pick'ems in for the final lobby, and make sure you can also check out the standings for where maybe some of the other things have finished up. So very exciting to see what goes there. And we also, I think I'm just getting in, we've got some stat hackers, actually, for this next tactical breakdown presented by HyperX. We've got a trait tracker breakdown with Gangly and Hupe-san, so please, gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Nekra. Now, listen, yesterday, we got to have a tactical breakdown where we talked about how micro-positioning, small changes in positioning can have a huge impact in the game. Today, we're going to talk about something a little bit more macro. We're going to talk about augments, in particular, trait tracker, one of the augments that can
I like these segments. These are cool.
In the power of your board versus the average board in the lobby, it is an.
We have like sports breakdown. Sports breakdown.
Return, you can cook up something huge.
You built all those
spicy boards.
You have that option, or you can just play scrap.
Yes, that's true too.
And that's exactly what Bishop did right here. He had already a great option, so he had good possibilities with great augments here and great emblems, especially the scrap emblem that gives him so many choices. And now he's doing the roll down to see what is the space he wants to go for.
Right, well, because that's what you have to keep in mind. You want to keep as many options open at the very beginning based on what your emblems are. But once you start that roll down, the first couple rolls are pivotal to determine what lines are still open and what you need to close. He finds the Jace, the Elise, the Swain. He has a Gangplank as well, and now that's his go button. He's going to be playing around 4 Form Swapper and then playing vertical scrap from there.
I want to go just a little to the end, and now he finds he's going against Ironbog, who also has State Tracker, but now
Trait Tracker is such a fun
with the catch up, and now he's just amazing, and it's a fight of first burst versus a massive shield on the side of Disho.
Yeah, I mean, it's just chaos, right? It's pure chaos going on in this entire fight. The ambushers want to bypass the front line of Disho.
These boards are really hard to make.
But you know what's hard for ambushers to deal with? A 2,500 shield on the backliners. It is impossible for the ambushers to actually break through, kill the Corki, kill the Jace, kill the Gangplank as well, and all of those damage threats.
That was a really good game by Disho. I'm sad we didn't get to see it.
In the favor of Disho.
Just to mention in the end, the defensive Warwick was the one who made the difference also, because you already have damage, you have defense, you just needed someone to clean up everything.
Yeah, 2,500 shield is crazy. That's a lot of shield.
Us on the desk.
Thanks so much, guys. I think the trade tracker is certainly going to come in and prove to be a valuable resource as we take a look at maybe some of those players that are towards the bottom of the standings. But
like trade tracker is just like obviously OP and scrap because of how many components are in those emblems.
The ambushers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the ambushers were the big one as far as successes, but there were also some failures. And, you know, thanks to our trade tracker
There's a bug on your
we
wall.
got to see some successes from Scrap.
See, I almost turned around.
Scrap has been struggling quite a bit. And because of that, we didn't even see any of our top 8 players playing it. But here, as you'll see on the rest of the screen, Visionary also struggling a little bit more than we would have expected. This was a popular as it is.
Visionary is 5.21.
Yeah,
Ambushers is
the
4.05.
slides, but it was actually lower in play, but great average placement. So people who doesn't have a chance to play Morgana reroll, they default.
Academy is a 4.0. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think a part of it too is that Heimerdinger shines brightest when he's played around Chem Baron. The problem is when you have multiple Chem Baron lines being played each game, usually you just have one of them succeeding. If you can find your Rennie 3, that's, in my opinion, where the Visionary board shines the brightest, but it's very hard to get there. The other comp I do want to call out real quick, though, is Quick Striker reroll. Stats are not in favor of it, but I personally have a lot of belief in this comp. I think this is a comp that can be played from both low roll and high roll openers, and it's a really good default. I believe by the end of today, we're going to see those stats improve.
But how about Rebels and Academy? I think these are two lines that have really won out in terms of maybe some of the meta developments that we've had over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's kind of
This
crazy.
next page, you can also see some of those other 4-cost comps.
Academy is like a high skill trait too. I like Academy a lot.
That's exactly what he's doing, and has the possibility to get a top 1 also.
Emissary Sorks is a 3.4.
Whoa.
That's kind of insane. I did not think Sorks was still that good, but I guess the buff back is really doing him justice.
With the Emissary part of it on the Sorcerers, it is able to improve that line quite significantly.
But the thing with Emissary Sorks is that it's such an expensive board. You need to hit usually like Garen 2 and Bessa 2.
Half the time that it top 4s, it just wins the game.
That is incredible, and I hope we get a chance to see more of those big bowling balls in action. But I'm excited to also see what else is going to be in store for us when it comes to our exclusive Set 14 Cyber City reveals. Now, yesterday we got a chance to see
more Cyber City reveals. If you haven't seen already, go look at the
as well as YouTube. So
expensive. True, that's true. But look on their the official TFT channel, and you can look at
some of the exclusive traits.
Yeah, you can look at some of the new stuff they released. They released 3 new champs for next set, and then today, as Rose just said, we're releasing more traits today, and then tomorrow we're doing a full
big things happening in the game.
reveal.
And the TikTok stream is surely one way to be able to do that. Now, with that being said, let's get ready for our first game of day number 2. Where we get a chance to keep this party going.
Title, Dank Memes, Taro, Spencer, Milo. This is a good lobby.
And we get to see him duke it out alongside some real big
Lucas here as well.
Oh, we get Nandada. You can see some excitement already.
I'm unfamiliar with Nandada and Song John.
It was actually just at you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But everyone else here I'm familiar with, player-wise.
Was bringing up before.
Title is fighting his way out of the gutters, man.
I agree with you, Hoope, that at large, AOC, I think, is maybe
he almost got day 1.
In terms of the strength of their players, we don't get to see them
which, if you're unfamiliar with like top-level competitive TFT, Title won the past 2 Tactician crowns.
But lead the pack, and I think he actually has
kind of the
a
GOAT.
2-point gap over second place.
Yeah, not only that, the timing, because actually he had little time to prepare after the JOC ended to actually play TFT on PC, so that's tough.
And one of the big things we've seen him lean on are those ambushers. And you're talking about the stats, that being a great comp. Well, if you're playing it a lot and you pick that up early, It gave you a lot of early success, and Nandita, we'll see if he can keep kind of finding it uncontested.
I will also say, as a mobile TFT gamer, I've played a lot on mobile. Playing reroll is like the way to play mobile. It is so much harder to do these level 8 huge transitions on mobile. If Nandita is actually more experienced in reroll because of the success you might have just in like the APM difference, that actually could be the difference maker. And
I'm betting your money on Spencer because he's a boring
so
game.
into ambushers.
On the other
Well,
side, we have from America,
Spencer's like,
Spencer and Dan Memes that have played both two one
Spencer's
game of
actually pretty
Tristana.
good.
So
If I had to
actually
put my
AB
money on
heavy for
somebody in
both
this
of them,
lobby,
and
it would.
Milo is the one who's playing sword.
I
So
actually
that's
can't
the
even say
AB line,
title.
either emissary
I think
sword
Dank
that he
Beams
do
has a
amazing, or
chance.
simply the vertical sword that I know
Tarot
Necro is one
clearly
of
is
their favorites.
doing very well.
I love sorcerers.
but-
I cannot deny that. I also love Rebel, and I love all of the vertical
Ooh,
comps
excuse me.
because it's so fun when you see the prismatic actually get unlocked.
That's
But
what I
I
mean,
also
though. I'm
think that for
so
this
sick, I think.
first lobby, it's also very important to keep an eye on Dank Memes. One of our players from the Americas that comes in really excited to prove himself at another Tactician's crown. Had such a wild end to the Golden Spatula.
Half the
to
points
be
doesn't
able
mean
to
not
find
as good though. He
himself
might
at
have just
this
gotten
point,
unlucky.
But he is
Like
one
again,
of those
Title won
players
the
that's in
past
danger of
two
getting eliminated
Tactician
after these
crown,
first
but
two
he's
games.
Yeah, it was even
25
wild
points.
end
He
to
went
day one with
8th
him
like 2
barely kinda
times
squeezing
yesterday.
by, 1 point
But he's
above
still
the cutoff,
in the
actually in
tournament.
that 32nd place. And he's
It's
gonna
gonna
need
depend
some
on the
big
portal.
games to actually bring it all the way back. We talked about how, hey,
Oh, it's
maybe they don't need
Vander.
it.
Okay.
See, they're pausing because that's not fair.
Yeah, they said Hoope got it this time.
That's crazy. Every single time that I've been on the broadcast, we have
True.
successfully predicted
Okay,
the
this
encounter.
time we hedged our bets a little bit. We actually got
That's
two
true, yeah.
inputs, but still. Oh, it's okay. Next time it is Mbessa, actually. I think we're going to call it already for the second game.
So we're starting on board with Lucas. I want to take a moment.
So it's
to
gonna
kinda
be
talk
all
about this
gold
player
August
because
this
largely
game.
I think Lucas is someone who has not quite gotten the respect that his results warrant. This is Lucas's 4th appearance at a set championship at a Tactician's crown. Despite that, he's not considered a favorite. Yeah, I would even say domestically.
Discord, I do not
figures from the
think
Americas
so.
would not consider Lucas a favorite, largely off the back of, to be honest, some play that sometimes doesn't pass the eye test, and even stats that don't quite reflect the stats that you would find of a star from any given region.
Yeah, but with Lucas, you can't believe the stats. You have to believe the magic, Gangly, and that's
Right.
the big thing with
This guy
you
opens
watch his
Swain.
play. Sometimes it doesn't make any
Swain
sense. And then he
Zyra's
still makes that
crazy.
top 4. He still finds a path there, and you can start to understand what happens.
We saw yesterday. We saw yesterday that Lucas played a really creative line where
He
was
just has
playing
a Zyra
around
too.
worth the
Okay.
wait, and he had a Vex.
Cool.
But instead of playing around Vex 3, he was using the Vexes he got every single turn in order to make econ intervals on
threshold,
stage
yeah.
2. That is not a standard way of playing.
Also
the
have
game,
a Smeech
but instead,
here.
it's a showcase, I believe,
Pair of
Lucas
Carabaran.
saying, "I'm just gonna play to the beat of my own
Pair
drum,
of
right? I'm gonna
Vander
play the game
has
the way
family
I know
open
how to succeed,
potentially.
because if I can't succeed playing like me, I'm not gonna succeed at all."
Yeah, and also this is the veterancy, right? Normally in the past he was more maybe an AP player, and now that creative side that you're measuring, Gangly,
War
is
of the
so amazing.
Undercity.
We saw the Vex 3-star. We have
Oh,
seen him
man.
also innovate with the Ezreal 3-star that actually worked in the Golden Spatula America. No, didn't work for
No,
Title yesterday,
he rolled
regretfully,
it.
but also one of those options that normally you want to perceive and you have to want to have the chance that if the game doesn't give you something interesting, you can go for something creative.
The question is, which Lucas are we going to see show up, right? Because we saw in the Golden Spatula at days 1 and 2, got to cook up something really cool, find success his own way. Day 3 comes along, and all of a sudden, he's still cooking. Don't get me wrong, but it feels like these dishes are coming out burnt.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be the issue, right? The
Epic
menu
is
at
pretty good
Lucas's
here as
restaurant
well.
is it's very large. It's a lot. It's kind of like, you know, one of those menus that's like a book, and you're going through it, and you're like, I mean, surely some of these are
Right.
good, but
No.
they're not all going to be good, and that's where we
This
end
is
up.
the
Sometimes
strongest
it's
of
just
her.
a
We have a lot of
decorative
gold sitting on our bench
coffee
for
table,
Taro.
right? You don't intend anyone to ever open it.
I wanted to talk a little more about Taro, secondary, normally thought of as secondary player behind the shadow of Title. This is the second best player in Japan, highly regarded in ladder, highly regarded in tournaments. He's playing very flexible, so he doesn't have an actual line. He's playing so many comps and actually just adapting to what the game is giving him.
Taro also, on top of that, is one of the most 8th place resilient players. This is a player that in the global field is so good at dodging 8th places. To me, this comes largely off line selection. If you're very consistent at dodging those bottom placements, usually it's because you are choosing on a macro level decisions in the early game that are going to avoid those
Yeah.
bot 2s, right? And to me, I think if you're in a position going into day 2, you want to just stay alive and wait for the high roll, being able to dodge 8th place finishes is pivotal to finding success that way.
All right, well, we got our augment
Oh,
selection.
we are
It's
close to
going to
camera.
be gold to kick things off.
Eastbander, so of course.
Yeah, that's a great point,
Triple
Lupe.
goal, baby. See, I've not seen any gloves off though, so you're not getting the Vander that you wanted, Hupe.
No.
Of course, that's going to be the issue overall. We're looking at just some of our early fights and just seeing what we can get as far as the win streaks go.
I feel
Just
so
2
sick,
rounds
guys.
so far.
Shop glitch being picked up.
I don't
by
even know if I'm
Lucas,
gonna
though.
make it in
Traditionally,
2
this is
games. I feel
most
like
commonly
terrible.
played with
Like
quick
I'm
striker
easy.
line. This is the way I love to play it, at least myself. And I don't know if that means that Lucas is going to play it that way because he's not holding the Irelias, right? He's not trying to hold the Sentinel front line. Instead, he's potentially just maybe prioritizing even the Chem Barons.
Started holding some Chem Barons alongside.
I'm gonna try to make it through
Visionaries,
this
and we could
game,
see kind of that
but we'll see
direction
how
go.
we feel from
we
game
can
2.
always
I
hope the
just don't
Morgana
feel
reroll
well
that
at
can
all,
come
so
out of
I
that.
apologize.
But also, I mean, I wonder if the first PvE round he starts looking for some Chem Barons.
We
and he
have
goes into
Sneech
his
though,
Sneech
so we
line.
do
I mean,
have Chem Baron
there's always
here,
possibility there,
as well as
he did get the
Conqueror.
Rennie orb drop at the very start of the game, so it was something he wanted to look for.
Okay, Nandada, our Smeech player, actually with a different comp right now, with the Watchers in the front line, just trying to get the Wandering Trainer in. He got the Conqueror, he got the Watchers.
This is a very strong opener here from Nandada.
Yeah, you can't have Smeech this time around.
No, you don't want to go like Ambusher Watchers?
I don't.
Me personally?
Me, maybe not, but
Lucas might.
maybe, yeah, true.
So it is too much value coming on the other side of Taro, and with a Hand of Justice Slam, I think this is giving us way more clarity here. Now, there's almost no way that we're going to be seeing the quick strikers coming out of Lucas unless he wants to contest Taro. Being able to play too much value is one of the strongest lines in which quick strikers take place. It not only can you naturally fit four different 2 costs on
Ooh,
level 6,
Swain,
there's also more
Gangplank.
creative ways
There's a
to be able to
pan
fit
as
4
well for
2 costs,
ambushers.
so he'll have a very easy time stabilizing his board on stage 3.
Quick check here as you look. Taro
Gank
and
Memes took
Lucas
the
both being
pan,
able to pick
going
up
for
Chem Baron
family.
very early on
He's a
here.
Reforger.
Sneech on the board for Lucas as well as for Taro. We did just
Swain
see
gets
Taro,
the
of course,
pick
having
picked
that,
up by
with the
Nandade.
Hand of Justice, but that is going to be Lucas as
as
well. And I'm
he-
curious
as
about
a
that shot
Nami.
glitch because it's not exactly the line we've really
Oh,
seen
but that's
from
gonna be
shot glitch in the
Conqueror for
past.
him.
And I'm curious exactly what he cooks up because we were talking about Lucas's good old cookbook, and I'm not sure exactly what he's got here.
But I do like Shop
You
Glitch
could
because
put the
I
Rel
think
in here.
especially in these early PvE
Yeah,
rounds,
this is
you get a lot
crazy.
of value from being able to, like at that level, right, have a lot of 2, 3 costs that you're going to be picking up, and that's something that is necessary for these Chem Baron lines to work.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There's going to be a lot of different augments that can come through that can enable it. And actually, I was saying with quite certainty that he was playing quick strikers just based on the Hand of Justice. But at this point in time, being able to play the Chem Baron, I think you probably just play ambushers out of this spot, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got
Yeah,
the
you just
Smeech,
play
good
Smeech.
Smeech items to just kick things off. I mean, it's potentially an open line. You can scout around. There are a couple players who are locked out of it already, so we'll see if that ends up being the direction. As we got Sorks from the other side here with Tidal.
Not just Sorks, though. It's the
Oh,
cooking
he
pot variation.
slammed
Something
Sorks.
one of the reasons I like this a lot is because you can see that he has the Sorcerer emblem on the Darius next to the Swain, which means every round he's going to be feeding this Swain HP. Sorcerers oftentimes can struggle if their front line can't hold up.
So he's
This
just
is one
gonna
of the
build
best ways
Giga
to
Swain.
patch up that weakness in the comp.
And also he has the possibility of the Exodia. We were seeing a little of the comps. Emissary Sorks is doing amazing. When you have the +1 Sork and you can put the Emissary in, you have 6 Sorks, 4 Emissary, fully aggressiveness, and obviously you can get the Elise in and his backlane just destroying everything.
Yeah, it's a very good top-oriented comp, and Tidal being near the bottom right now, really needing to have a big game to kick things off, to feel comfortable for that first cutoff. Tidal, of course, being at 25 points. He actually was struggling quite a bit in our first day of competition. Maybe the fact that he hadn't competed the entire set actually coming to bite him, or maybe just trying to find his way.
Yeah, that's
in
the
this
other thing
tournament,
too.
in
Is this
meta.
guy just hasn't played the entire set basically in
again,
any
here,
tournament.
Taro
He's played, but
going up
he
against
hasn't been in
Milo
any
here.
tournaments.
So Milo looking strong here, already with Cassiopeia, just holding items, but
Just as like, I'll figure it out later.
Still sufficiently strong and taking out the win. Now Spencer or Kanson Junsari going up against Damnins.
It's so
Damnins
crazy.
very strong, already with the Bruiser emblem, has the Ginsu, so maybe him and Kanson. I think that we have 2 players with the possibility of Twitch coming into Bruiser.
Yeah. So this is
So we have a Bruiser
playing
Twitch.
with the Bruiser emblem, and Spencer on the other side was actually with the family, the Welcome to the Playground. And that's interesting. I always have a hard time judging how strong that augment is, because in my mind, what it essentially does is that it guarantees that you get to hit. But if you're playing family, aren't you already kind of assuming you're going to hit everything as a baseline?
I want to see Lucas's board though, because he has the shot glitch right now, and so let's see how many champions he's actually able to hit here. At least it's going to be, you know, a nice little 2-star bonus there.
Yeah, he's on 6 Renatas. The return of Renata reroll? Is this where Lucas is going back to?
In my mind, it's a problem. He's actually trying to get the Morgana scene. He only has 4. So obviously, Renata 3, if you get it for free, is great, but it's not actually what's going to make the difference in the comp.
Is there any world where he doesn't slam blue buff and he just makes a Shojin here instead to play around the Renata? To me, I feel like you need to just kind of stick to your guns, slam blue buff. The rest of your items are so good. He could make a Gunblade as well, or a Jeweled Gauntlet. His components actually were amazing setup. I want to see patience out of Lucas to just kind of chill. Get your Chem Baron cash out, maybe even forego the full reroll angle and say, like, if I can 3-star Renata, I don't hit Morgana. Instead, I just use Morgana as an item holder, and instead play a shop glitch variation around that level 8 board, the Heimerdinger instead.
That might actually be the line that we're looking at here, because consider he's already on the 4 Chem Baron, he's on the Lost Streak, right? And he's got these upgrades coming through. I really like the
good analysis by
concept of just the
Gangley.
3-star Renata push levels instead of sticking low on levels and trying to wait for a Morgana to show up.
With a glitch up, I don't. Yeah. I'm like, I'm inclining to. He needs to try to hit. I think. And we've seen it. He's the second most played comp, the Visionary
Bulky, Scavenger,
and
Powered
he's not performing well.
Shields.
It's
Just
almost like a
bulky
5
buddies here every
average placement,
time.
because you need. Is what the game is actually telling to him. You need to drop out and do another thing, but Morgana is obviously best.
All right, well, we just saw Kun Sung Jung stop Spencer's win streak, but maintain his own as we enter into the second augment choice. And it's another gold one, right?
Get used to it.
I can't believe it. More gold.
Spencer, who did just lose his win streak, like you called out, Necra, was playing built different, which I will say feels pretty bad to be playing built different. You get the 5 win streak, and then you aren't able to maintain it going into the front half of stage 3. I will say, picking up the bad luck protection from Spencer is a really cool pickup. This is an augment that I think a lot of players are not super familiar with. Generally speaking, it does well when you are playing things like the Pit Fighters, even something like...
wow, title is just infinitely stacking right now.
I think there's another line I'm blanking on as well.
Pit Fighters, I think.
Oh, yeah. Right, Pit Fighter Vibe.
We have 6 Sorks already.
These units that don't rely on the crit or have the innate crit built into it, something like Ambushers does not particularly want it. I imagine Twitch does not particularly...
Was that Magic Roll or Trait Tracker? I can't tell. I think that's Magic Roll.
Built different, and you just have so many raw stats on your team. It makes all of these units that have just tons of HP, tons of attack speed, get a little bit more AD.
Title's kind of dominating. I could see Title winning this game as long as he hits his
I'm not exactly
emissaries.
sure how strong it is, but I want to see how it plays out.
Okay, let's see. Dank Meme's going to start to roll a little bit here. Maybe stick above 50 gold, but I feel
Milo's
like
contesting
with how many
Sorks.
losses Dank Memes has taken,
But he has a
I think
Nami
might
too,
wanna
and a
start to think
Swain
about
too.
rolling a little
4
bit more to
Swains
try to find
and an
those
Ambessa,
unit
holding the
upgrades.
Tristan
It's
and
because he's
Ambessa
on
for
the Welcome to the Playground.
Emissary
He's kinda
Sorks as
sticking,
well.
Trying to roll above 50 here and see if he can hit, but he didn't look very happy about how much he hit going
This is
into this
interesting.
stage. He was quite a bit behind of the curve, and so he's gonna have to take, I mean, probably 2-3 more losses unless he wants to send some gold, but it's really hard to send the gold when you have that augment.
Chem
because
Baron here with
you're already
Powered
down power
Shields.
by taking that like economy augment that if you then kind
This
of
is high
get rid
risk,
of your
high
economy,
reward, I think,
you end up
here.
in a really tough spot.
Right.
Yeah, for him, 100%. 2 people with Trait Tracker, both Milio and Taro. So they will be the ones that will be stacking a little this stage 3. And then on round 4, Gangley, what's going to happen?
Oh, I know exactly how this episode goes, because you got to see it in the pre-show, right?
Yeah, thank goodness we have the Trait Tracker stat hackers here to help us through it.
I didn't quite see what Milo's setup was. But one of the things I was talking with Clement actually off in the wings is that Trait Tracker is cool because there are so many different ways to cash it out. You can play it with
Wait, is that
things
Trade
like,
Tracker then?
the
I can't tell.
experiment units. You can play with
Oh
things like the
wait,
Form
yeah,
Swapper.
Title did
There are a
it's
bunch of
Trade
unit
Tracker
combinations
over
that allow you to creatively get that
Magic
cash
Roll
out,
because
even on
Trade
level
Tracker is
6,
gonna be
believe it or not.
amazing with Title's board
Just right.
because
And then in
of
the end, we
his
already saw
Cooking
Snitch
Pot,
Action, we
and
saw
Cooking
Ambush
Pot
Army,
is for
you know, it's
every
being
spat.
There's
So
also a
because
possibility
you
of
get a
doing
bunch of
Academy with
spats
Sentinels. That
from
also has been a thing. Weisha have done it in the past with
your
Trade
Trade Tracker,
so
you're
there's
gonna
not
be
only
building a
scrap,
Giga
we can
Swain if
do
you're
many
Title.
options here.
So
I
I'm
imagine one
really
of them is scrap,
psyched
though,
to see this if
surely.
it plays
Well,
out
yeah,
well.
did actually take expected unexpectedness though and got 3 champion duplicators out of it, the lesser champ duplicators you can see on his bench. And I think that helps you out a lot when you look at just
Okay, then
trying
I'm
to play
lying.
this
It's a magic
emissary
roll.
sorcerer line.
So I
Now,
can't
all
tell
of a
the
sudden, you
icon
have to actually
difference.
use those
Bro,
champion
I'm like
duplicators to
listening
get
to the
them out and get
commentators say
swing.
it's Trade
Yeah,
Tracker,
exactly.
but I
It's a
knew
great
it was
point with the
Magic
swing
Roll.
because we were saying earlier,
I should've
right,
just trusted
that
my
you
gut.
need the front line to be strong for the Sorks or else they can fall off. And so those duplicators on the Swain, that's going to be huge.
Someone smarter in
Okay,
chat,
once
tell
again,
me.
here, Canson Young representing Gonos against Lucas. Lucas still maintaining a good possibility. Finds the Silco, so going in into the Ken Baron line and getting additional cash out. So far, 270. I believe he hasn't cash out yet, so he didn't went for the small cash out. So looking for that 300, that sweet spot that normally gives you a lot of rainies, a lot of meat, and can help you either stabilize or try to go for the 3-star.
There you go, still keeping this win.
Yeah, I don't
streak going
know.
for
Lucas
Gunsung
is
Jung.
kind of
Able to win
taking a
entirely
lot of
through
HP
stage
right
three
now.
here.
He's
One
already
more
at
round, and he gets it
36.
all
It's
the
not
way to
even
Wolves.
stage
We've
4
seen
yet.
some big streaks like this end
This is
up falling
looking
off,
really,
but
really
the
rough.
Immunization and the Bruiser emblem early on does lead towards a pretty easy swap to Twitch once you can find it.
Okay, so we got confirmation that the icon that looks exactly the same as this one was not Trade Tracker, but this one actually is, right? Before I say it again, this one's actually
one is
Trade
Trade
Tracker.
Tracker.
So Taro is actually playing Trade Tracker. So let me just give the spiel again. There's a ton of different combinations that you can play on stage 3 and 4 that'll give you that cash out. He needs to hit 8. Right now he's at 7. So one more synergy alive will allow Taro to cash that out. Then the question is, on stage 4, what does that board end up looking like?
Oh, Dank Memes, as we get a check-in with him, also starting to look a little bit happier about his current place. He's got the Darius 3 as
Interesting.
well as the
Trade
Violet
Tracker's also
3,
like
and
such a
so,
high skill.
okay, things starting to look a little bit better, right?
You're looking a little, he's halfway there, right? Because he's got the units, but the items are not really that great right now. Leave a lot to be desired. So going into this PvE round, it's going to be crucial to see what he hits.
But he does have a Pit Fighter emblem. He had that frying pan on bench and now is able to actually make that into the
There you
emblem.
go.
And so I actually think that's a huge piece of the puzzle to get yourself to a better board later.
Absolutely,
Because
increases
he's
the
at
cap
28
significantly, right?
HP,
Pit
man.
Fighter and
He has
Family
2 more
emblems are the ways
lives.
you can actually cap out this board for a first, and that is open if you can get there.
Okay, I appreciate the optimism.
I know his spot's bad.
I just want to say he is 32 HP and 20 gold, and he's not quite there.
Oh, I did not see the 20 gold. That's pretty tough.
And still level 5.
Also
So
not
he's
had a
got
win yet.
He's got a ways to go. Yeah, it was an econ loss, Necro. So
The items are big here. This is really important.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's looking tough. No item for Draven. He needs that.
Yeah, never mind. Dank.
Lucina.
Domo was right.
always
Dank
good to
Memes is
have
not off
here.
to a good start here, unfortunately.
Ooh, you
Okay,
get a
okay.
bow though.
He has
You
the
can actually
Ginsus.
make the, but I don't even know if you want to make the Ginsus here. I think you need something for the Violet. I think you need to actually make Titan's Resolve.
I think if you can find something like the Vander 3 having the Rage Blade and like 3-item Draven might be enough to stabilize you a little bit, but truthfully, it's looking pretty tough.
Normally you need both, actually. you want to have
Double
both
Rod
the
was a little
Draven.
grim.
Yeah, I said I think I saw
Yeah.
double rod, and then I think I also saw a tier and an
Ooh,
open
Title's
tier
board's
on
coming
the
together.
Vander, so having the AP items in that situation also doesn't feel great.
Huge for title, rolling on 4-1 and getting the recompense here. So you got the Elise 2. He's using it in the backline, so
Perfect.
probably there will be a challenge or a change in items there.
Whoa, wait,
This
we
is
hit
cool.
Swain
Actually
3.
used the 3 duplicators to immediately get the Swain 3, but then backlined it for now because a Garen was found for the front line. I love this. I
Holy
wanted to see him
crap.
use it the second he could 3-star instead of trying to save it in greed because of the amount of tempo you generate for me. 3-star 3 cost on floor 1.
It's extremely hard not only to find a 3-star 3 cost, but specifically Swain,
Yeah,
a
Swain.
form swapper who fits into so many different boards. Specifically, all the people who are playing Trade Tracker all want him. The title who's playing Sorcerer wants him. It's a contested unit. I think Milo able to do that.
Bro,
while maintaining
Title's gonna
40
be so
gold.
mad.
He's now in an incredible spot as we head into our last augment selection. Now this is Taro.
It's also gold.
We do
There
get
we go.
Oh,
This is
there
the
we
Trade
go.
Tracker. Let's see what we get. We have Sniper, Visionary, Quick Striker, Scrap, Huge,
Ooh.
Pit Fighter, and Sentinel. So goes level 8. We can
These
see
are super useful.
I mean, this is 6 scrap already. Question is, can you upgrade things, right? Because you have the units, you've got the synergy, but if things aren't upgraded, the shield will do okay to stabilize you.
Ooh, Corki 2 is
That's
a
really
huge
big.
hit.
And looking at the itemization, he can make Blast Whisper, he can put open belt to guarantee the guard break.
I like this a lot.
He has
This is really
fantastic
good.
echo items. Outside of that, he'll have 2 more belts as well.
There's the Reforge.
Yeah, no,
Visionary Sniper and Quick Striker with a 3 Reforge.
Okay, let's see.
I think I saw an Ambusher emblem
Really?
get dropped.
Did he get that? That would be a good
Oh,
hit.
Another
A
Sentinel.
Sentinel 2 is amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was the Ambusher.
What all 3 were.
Could we
Call
end up as
out.
a Firelight, Ambusher? This improved significantly.
Oh my
This
goodness, what a
improved
hit.
a lot.
Wait, he actually has 6 unique emblems, all which work in conjunction with one another. Even the 2 Sentinels, keep in mind, he doesn't have Rumble on his board yet, but he's coming. These are 6 emblems that all feed into the scrap board. But we're seeing on the other side, it's not just
Oh,
about
Lucas's
the
board is
units, you
actually
gotta
coming
be able
together
to
here.
outlast as well. And Lucas, who's making
Actually
it work,
able to
he
full
said,
pivot.
Forget, let's just pretend like I don't have shop glitch. I'm not gonna reroll anything.
Heimer
I'm gonna play
time.
Heimer. Lucas just doing Lucas.
He's just going to spin the wheel and see where it lands, right? And it
Dang, why
landed
did I
on
think
Heimer
that?
this time around.
But I think this goes back to the conversation that we had at the top where we were looking at the meta compositions and we were saying, oh, you know, if you don't hit the Morgana or you don't hit the other visionaries, just go vertical. That's why we see so many games of Heimerdinger played to varying degrees of success. But maybe Lucas also just knew I was going to go for Heimer the entire
I'm confused
time.
at what Spencer's doing.
I think there are varying range of placements that Lucas will land on from this spot as well. If he finds the Heimer too, we might be looking at a 5th or plus. If he doesn't, I do think this is looking like a bot 3 here.
This is the position, Hoope, I believe you called out before, right? With the Sorcerer Elise. This is not
The
position.
Exodia.
Yep, that we really
Wow.
only see come up in this patch now that backline Elise has been buffed, but it gives you an additional out. One of the
Title's
cool things about
board is
Sorcerers
so
in previous
strong,
patches
man.
was the flexibility of the front line. Are you playing Vertical Sorcerer? Are you playing Rebel? Are you playing Emissary? Now, you have the flexible front line and the flexible back line, and you can cap out really high with a 4 form swapper angle in the
Yeah, Dankbeef's getting 8th.
There's the Jace. Even if you don't hit, if you're
That's
playing
what it's
sorcerers
looking
and
like.
you
That's
get
how
the
it
Elise without
feels
the Ember, you
anyways.
can just put the items of the Elise and make sense.
I've
That's
seen
totally crazy.
4 Emissary, 4
Like
Sorcerer,
you could
and a
play,
random Elise
you could
with all
play
your
4
matchups.
Emissary here. You could play
Dankbeef's
4 Form
trying to
Swapper.
find
You have a
some
lot of
flow.
flexibility
I was
when you
looking
have a Sword
at the Vi on the
Capital.
carousel because he doesn't currently have one on the board. With the extra Pit Fighters, I was thinking he was going to go that way. Doesn't take it because I want to set the stakes here a little bit for Dank Memes, right? 23 points coming into this game. Yes, maybe a bottom 4 can still be mitigated by a first to not get knocked out in these first 2.
But you have to
an
look for a
8th,
first.
I don't think an 8th is getting you there, even maybe if you take the first afterwards being at 23.
And I think what's wild about that is that we look at Family Reroll being one of those very stable options to actually get the top 4, and so the fact that that might not actually be what Dank Memes gets out of this game, I think says volumes.
Question is, Nanda, to keep in mind, has not found a bot 4 in the tournament yet, has been able to win 3 unique games coming into the day today.
Fighting for his life,
on the
man.
precipice of going 8th.
Not looking good. Not looking good for all. Trying to go for the vertical of Conqueror here. Finds a Mordekaiser. Obviously good unit, but not enough defense here to maintain him alive. So this is a dire spot. Could be the first ace for
I think
Nanda.
he's lacking the ambushers on that Wandering Trainer to help find the win here.
Yeah, I
This
think
is
Title
a
just
struggle.
dominates
We're
here.
trying to cook something up, getting the Sorks behind the Wardens, and now it's
No
just
damage.
up to this
Wait,
one
hold on,
Cal
Garen was
from the
able to walk
Elise
forward.
That should be able to knock everything
Aw,
out. Nanda will
dude,
go down. It looks
Elise is
like
the
Dank Memes
GOAT.
also took a loss. Was it big enough for him to fall?
Nanda
as
is
well?
going
Looks like
It
it
is.
was.
8th. Oh wait, who's going 8th?
Dank
Dankbeef.
Memes-
Oh,
Dank
Dankbeef
Memes
didn't
goes
go
on
8th. He went
Yeah,
7th.
in a bad
But
spot,
I mean, it's the
but
same
like
thing.
Necro called out before, it doesn't
All intents and
necessarily
purposes.
mean that you're out of the game yet. And maybe even
I mean,
with
you
the
called
top 2,
it.
top 3 can find himself alive.
You
in the tournament
called it.
with the next game. The question though is, can you turn any game into a top 2 or a top 3? Because he's out of time now.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. We've seen him with his back against the wall before, and he's made it happen. And we just have to hope for Dank Beam's sake that the next game is able to go better than this one. We continue on Lucas on a win streak, as he did find the Heimer too.
Share your energy in this composition is so. I mean, share your energy on any
pretty good.
composition
Spencer
that
will
has
win?
Rel is
Interesting.
fantastic. She has so many base stats with the Conqueror.
I think
and
Spencer's
the
a good
Sentinels
chance.
As well. You don't have
Um,
Conqueror online
I think
right now, so
Lucas's
you're not
board is
getting the
actually very
additional,
strong.
AP and AD, but you still have a lot of stats coming in, and one of the things that's nice about Visionaries is getting base stats on Visionaries is very strong because they're already going to cast a lot. They just need a way to amplify it.
Really nice. He's 1 away from the Rel 3, and with the shop glitch, even though his gold is relatively low right now, he is going to get a lot of free rerolls on this next round coming up.
Spencer's board is not that strong, unfortunately. Like, it's built diff, he has a Twitch 1. He doesn't have a lot of 4 costs or 5 costs that are really playable.
The next one to go out.
But so close to being able to get some
I
pretty
think Lucas's
significant
board is
upgrades.
actually
I mean, the
really
fact that you
strong.
have a pair of rumbles for some reason right now is awesome. So just, one more, please, one more. You get 2-star there.
Let's take stock of the lobby HP right now, right? So we are seeing a pretty big gap between that 7th
Oh,
and
there's the
8th
Rel.
and then was that the
Rel 3 as well as the 6th copy of Rennie. So
Okay.
there's even possibility for a Rennie 3 coming out of that comp from Lucas.
25 HP in the 6th place player right now means that everybody has guaranteed 2 life going into the stage 5. Perhaps maybe there's a world where you can actually be 3 life. I think at 28 HP. Actually, I think with 25 as well. If they're 1 unit losses. So everybody that's left in
Oh
there
my gosh,
is still
1 away from
has
Rennie.
the
He has 2
capability of
dupes.
finding themselves into the top 4.
Lucas is now 1 off of Rennie 3 as well.
Nope,
with
found
There it is.
No, he's not.
Nope, never mind. Sorry,
Just
my
duped
bad.
it,
Daniel.
yeah.
He's actually has Rennie 3 and one of the best in slot, if not the best in slot items for this Rennie coming from the Chem Baron. And Share Your Energy Rel is giving it stats. And I said there was a large range of potential outcomes for this composition. I think we're at the very
Yeah, this
top
is
of the
crazy.
range, and this is one of the tastiest recipes in the cookbook.
Here's the thing I do
Wow.
want to say. We're joking a lot about Lucas.
Well played from
and
Lucas,
kinda saying
though.
how sometimes it's kind
I
of
was really
silly when
scared
you
for
do
his
watch
spot,
him
but-
play. But the reality is, Lucas is playing off of intuition. He's in a spot where he's saying, other people believe that Shop Glitch has hard and fast rules. I believe that it gives me any given set of win conditions.
Yep.
And I'm going to play to what I believe to be the strongest win-out potential, and he's found a really good angle. This, on the other side, though,
I think if you
is
move
our
the
trade
Vex
tracker
down,
player
like,
that
the
we saw
Vex isn't
earlier in the
really-
game, who's
I don't think
going
the
to be able
bonuses
to play with
matter.
a very high cap. And Lucas
His
is
beard
actually
carried
able
him,
to
true.
kill to beat Taro in this fight.
Lucas is stronger right now, but obviously
Yeah, he even beat
Taro will be
Taro,
the one who will be
who was, like,
more
the other
strong
strong
as much as the
player.
game advances, more
'Cause he has
items will
bronze
release
for life
higher
with
cap,
Trade
so
Tracker.
more shield for him. In the late game, he should be the strongest. Taro, who was in a win streak, now losses again.
I'd like to see Taro if we can, yeah. As we're hopping on board, he's 58 gold. He's just short of being able to go level 9. Doesn't look like he has an immediate in. I mean, he should be able to put the... Wait, did he not buy the Jace? Oh, he did, yeah. The Jace is going to be your next in, but I don't know if he's going to have enough gold even on the next turn. I don't know, next turn he will be able to level off Cadence. So he's got to survive one more round, and he actually does get quite a bit stronger next turn.
He has comeback story also. Maybe so. Additionally,
That's huge. I mean, you look at this board. All the great power that he's got there. The Firelight.
He's fighting
Vi
Title,
and
though.
the,
Title's board is so
Pit
strong.
Fighter Echo as well, getting some extra good traits on them.
Maybe
This board
not
is so
strong enough.
powerful. And it just goes to show how strong Lucas is.
Ow,
It didn't look
Trait
that
Tracker
close when
bronze
Lucas
for
beat Taro,
life.
but now it doesn't look close when Taro's beating Title.
It looks less close.
Yeah, even less. Even less so.
Yeah, man, Jace is
So
going to make
actually,
you very
I wonder how
strong.
much confidence this gives Taro. Do you ever now say, like, oh man, I'm really
You're
strong,
gonna
I'll
get
just wait till after
you're gonna get
Carousel.
form stop right
I'll
here.
level on Cadence. I'm not afraid of nobody. He's leveling. Okay, he's afraid.
He said, I am afraid of Lucas.
Yeah. That's a good fear to have. I mean, Lucas is on a 7-win streak right now. I think if you take another look at the lobby, Kang Seung-jong might
No
be the
Garen.
next player that is towards
Feels
the
kind of
elimination
bad.
potential here.
Yeah, once again, huge win streak into just falling off of that cliff. Down 5 losses here. Was
Yeah,
100
the Twitch,
streaking
the
through
Bruiser
stage
Twitch board
3
just doesn't,
and has not been able
like,
to
it's
find full
good, but
stability.
it does
And we saw
not
this a
stack
couple
up
of times
against some of these
yesterday.
crazy
Actually, specifically,
boards.
Dish Soap was the player that was streaking 100
Spencer's,
a lot,
like,
and then
kind
we
of
saw
coming
some
back,
fall-off
though.
like
We
this.
see the
This is a
Jace,
winnable matchup, I believe,
Twitch
up against
2,
Spencer, the other
Corky
player that we've
2.
kind of seen
Don't know if it's
on that
enough,
free
though,
fall
against
since
this Twitch
the really
board.
strong early game. These two players who were contesting each other back in
Mundo
end
lives
of
forever.
Stage 2, early stage 3 for Tempo are now competing against one
It's
another
close.
for their
It's
life
really
in this
close. Mundo, I
game.
think, hangs
to backline
on.
for the twist, but it's not enough. Falling down here next.
Oh,
And
the
it's
Twitch
so
died,
interesting
though. The
because I
Mundo
think
hung
if
on,
Spencer
but the
is
Twitch
able to
wasn't
find that
alive in the
final
back to
copy
win
of
out the
Blitzcrank,
fight.
He literally only needs 1.
Yeah.
He gets that 3-star Blitzcrank and he opens up 2 more
Oh my
spots
gosh,
on
if
his
Taro
board
can
to
get the
actually
Academy
make it even
emblem.
stronger.
A couple emblems on this carousel.
Taro wants the
Another
Academy emblem.
Bruiser opened up.
I don't
Or
know,
Sniper
it's
emblem.
probably
Interesting.
still too hard to fit.
I was
that
thinking
Sniper
Academy
emblem
item you
title
put in
to pick it up
Jace.
instead.
And then you have
Taro
3
was a sniper
Academy
just
as
to
well
accompany
for
the
Bronze for
Caitlyn
Life.
there.
Interesting.
I think that gives Spencer a pair of Jaces, though, on top of just a good item.
Whoa, pretty cool tech from Taro. I didn't even notice that. He didn't level for the Jace. He found a Caitlyn instead on level 9 and opted to play that.
Oh, okay. Well, there's your answer. He's putting in sniper instead of the
It's going to be
academy.
cool to see it in the
Interesting.
end. And the importance,
Look
even
how many blitzcranks he has.
His army of blitzcranks.
I've been hearing that in Build Different is the best unit you can put. And now
Yeah,
we're
it's super
receiving confirmation for Spencer.
Yeah, but not one, but 3 blitzcranks.
Okay, from that, it looks like the Kansung Jung board was able to get, I believe, a 3rd item for the Elise, try and guarantee that cast. But on the other side, this is Taro's board, which we've seen do some pretty gnarly damage earlier on. Question
Yeah, I don't
is,
think.
are they
Look
just
how
using
much
front
shield
line
this
enough to
has.
hold on? Personally, I'm not quite a believer.
I just don't think the Twitch has the damage, right? The time might exist, but even then, it's looking a little bit rough trying to deal with
Dude,
that.
the
Ambush
shield
recording
is
too much.
insane.
It's just not close. Kang
Yeah,
Sung-jung
that's just
is
the
going to go
fifth
down.
here, I think,
Spencer
or
taking
sixth
another
even.
loss. We're getting close to our top 4 here as Lucas yet again finding a win, this time taking down Milo, who is winning a lot.
I think Lucas wins.
I think so too.
I think
he
after
looks
a
so
9-win
strong.
streak
Oh,
and
now
thinking
you
about
believe in him.
I believed in the magic the whole time, Gangly.
Yeah, not all of them are capping so much. Infectious and
Yeah, I had no
Milo
faith in Lucas, I'm not
already
gonna
in
lie
one
to you,
of the
but
units, so
he
he's
played the
already in
loss
cap,
streak really well.
Nothing else really to
On his way to
improve his
10.
board.
He's on his way to 10 right now, though. 37 gold, right? Might actually be able to find a way to try and outcap Lucas, who, despite having a lot of gold, being incredibly strong, is still level 8. So it's going to take way longer for Lucas to get 10 than Milo.
But
Luca will win.
Milo also only is missing
Did you?
2 copies of Nami, so you actually have
I'll
another
take your word
slot
for
board
it.
that opens up if you do get that as well when you roll.
Yeah, board 3-star, 3 cost.
Okay, now I know you're trolling.
And maybe get more than Lucas. We didn't see how close the fight was between the two, so certainly that 3-star could make the difference.
Okay, so the ghost of Taro takes
Yeah,
out
bro, like,
Lucas, the real
Bronze
Taro is
for
going,
life with
takes
the
out
trait
Spencer,
tracker
sorry,
is
and now
so,
Lucas is the one
so
against Taro.
good.
Lucas wins.
Wow.
Spencer's out.
That's crazy. I mean, we've talked. In our
Title
segment
gets a
earlier
3rd
about
though.
how
I don't think
Tracker is
Title
one of
beats
those
any of these other
augments
boards.
that
It's
can
just kind of
increase your
scary,
cap
but
so much, and Taro looked like he was primed to find a top 2. I mean, his board was incredibly
he's trying though.
But
He
think
is
about the
trying.
fact that you have to deal with Lucas. Like, he's the big bad. Taro had just taken too many hits maybe to Lucas, and then you run into Lucas again.
And you got to just consider, right? This Share Your Energy 3-starred Rel, 3 items on it, and then in the front line, I mean, these are nearly biz, if not biz, items on a 3-star Rennie, who I think is generally the best tank in the game. If you 3-star the Rennie, I don't know that there's many that you would consider better outside of like 3-star 4 costs.
The closest is probably Rennie 2.
Yeah, I think Rennie 2 is pretty good as well.
That's the 3-star Sid.
That's just more stats, right? And on top of that, he was holding 3 Namis. He's actually playing it now for the emissary bonus of the Nami, but that's going to potentially deny the 3-star that we were looking for Milo.
Oh my goodness.
Milo is still leading in the HP though for the lobby, and so maybe has just a couple more rounds. You get some breathing room here.
I think you just
and now it's
put like,
Title next up to potentially get eliminated.
I don't
in
even
3rd
know.
Place.
Hysterics. Interesting.
Very important. The face-off is going up against Title. And now this is a real one. So Title going up against Lucas, and the ghost goes
Title's
to
stuck
Milo.
on LeBlanc
Yeah, we'll
one.
see if
I
the
don't think
damage
this is
from this
enough.
Elise is enough.
If
I
you
mean,
have
the Swain
LeBlanc
is holding
too,
fast in
maybe the
front line.
fight's
The damage is
winnable,
spread,
but
but there is just so much of it,
LeBlanc,
and there's so
like,
much
dude,
bolt. You
there's
see these
so much
itsy bitsy spiders
HP.
coming through, but they're just not
Just
able to
not
get the
enough.
job done.
Yeah, LeBlanc
Lucas is
too
gonna
might have
obliterate
gone there.
Title
But
here
Title's
in
out at
3rd
3rd.
place, but still,
Well
solid
played,
game
though.
for Title. He needed a bounce back today. I think the top 3 to start the day off. Exactly what he's looking for.
Oh yeah.
Milo, another one of those players, 25 points right
Warwick,
now. Not
level
too pretty
10.
after day 1. Really needs to be able to bounce back. And our top 3 is actually just primarily made up of the players who wanted those points at the start of the day. Spencer and Kansung Jung, the 2 players
locked
that
in.
had some of the most points. Nandida, of course, falling in 8th. Spencer and Kansung Jung in 8th and 9th, respectively. All falling in that about 4 means that our standings are going to get flipped a little bit.
Just goes to show you that anything can happen, and that's what some of these players towards the bottom.
I just
need,
realized he's playing
that
2
opening.
Namis.
And so as we enter into what is probably going to be our final round, I think.
If Lucas wins, could be only 19 HP.
And I think the if is almost feeling like a certainty as we've watched some of these
Swain
fights.
3 is
It's
really
closer than
strong, but
expected.
Rennie is
We're gonna
just
see that
OP.
Swain 3 get off more cast, but can he break through the Rennie? It does not look like it is even remotely possible. Lucas gonna take it
Rennie
down,
is
and he's gonna join Bio
Wait a
with some
second.
Brazilian magic. the top of the tables if he can get one more win. But I think we're kind of, they're just milking it for content at this point.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard even if you find the Nami 3. The problem is not that you don't have damage, it's that the durability of this front line. I mean, you have powered shields alongside the...
Yeah, like, dude, swaying at 3 is good and all, but it's not being run at 3.
There's just so many shields coming through at the very beginning of this fight on the Visionary board.
You could try to position for it fully, but it's just not worth it.
Can you kill the front line? If you can kill the front line, you can kill everything. But if you can't kill the front line, you're not killing anything.
The problem is you have to kill three-star front line that are doing amazing
Yeah.
here with the rug, with the range.
Exactly.
I
mean, the commentator said it best.
If Lucas takes the win,
Get paid to do what they do.
as much damage as possible. LeBlanc also there with the Rose. Access to the backline doesn't look like it is enough. Backline is already free.
Yeah.
And Lucas
Wait, hold on. So he might get a cast. No.
For him on game 1 of today.
GG's well played, though. That was really well played.
It's already just there.
I do feel under the weather, though, guys. And I'm going to try to take care of myself and my health today. So I will be ending stream here. I really wanted to try to stream today for day 2, but I have a spitting headache. I'm sorry I couldn't be here longer, but I appreciate you all for showing out, for chatting and stuff. But thanks for watching, and I'm gonna try to rest up so we can be here for tomorrow and finals and watch together. So peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go check out the main stream. Watch some more great TFT action. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.
We've seen it. It's old